These are the decks I'm bringing up to my work desk this week. I bring a small collection of decks upstairs every week, and I use them for my daily draws or any readings that come up when I'm not in my sacred space. I have a couple days off this week, and so I only really wanted to bring this tarot upstairs, but then a couple other decks kind of winked at me, so here we are. This is the Star Power Tarot. It comes with a little guidebook. This is a fantastically weird and wonderful deck. I'm so glad I got it. It was one of those decks that I had seen and thought about and then, on the wish list, off the wish list over and over and over again. And I have learned my lesson that when I think about a deck that much, it means I really do need to get it. And I haven't used it very much since I got it, so I thought I'd bring it upstairs this week with the intention of using it for all of my readings so that I could get to know it a little bit better and see the cards in action. But then I thought, oh, maybe I better bring an oracle that matches it just in case. And then, another deck jumped out at me. So I really am going to try to read with this one mostly this week. The oracle deck I grabbed this week is Animal Apothecary, and I grabbed it because I think it looks really nice with the Star Power. But this is also just one of my favorite oracles. I love the keywords on this deck, and I love the art, and it's a great size for my hands. It's standard tarot size, so it looks great on a table with my tarot decks, and it's very easy for me to handle. Let me show you them together. I think they're so cool together. There's sort of a similar color palette, I think, but the Animal Apothecary, the oracle, is just a lot less dense in the artwork, and so I think they fit together really, really well because of that. And then the deck that winked at me and I couldn't resist grabbing it is the Rolla Nordic. This is a vintage deck first published in the 1960s. This is a 1980s version of it. This deck was designed and marketed as a deck that you could color in yourself. And I was lucky enough to find a vintage version that hadn't been colored in yet. So none of the cards are colored in. And in fact, when I got this, half of them were still sealed in the little plastic wrap. So it's never been used. It was really a special thing to do the first tarot reading with this deck. Even though it had been made in 1981, I was the first person to do a reading with it. And I'm just taken by it. I particularly like the majors and the quartz. There's more to look at. I like the depiction. I like how simple they are. But I also really like the pips, especially the pentacles, because each one is a different design. But I'm also just getting more and more into pip decks and really learning to appreciate them and learning to read with them. So it'll be fun to have this up at my desk this week. And those are the decks at my desk this week. Let me know, do you have these? What do you think of them?